5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to this week's Facebook Live on MLC TV.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. My name is Mary Clark.
I'm Meg.
And I'm David the Lottery Guy.
Wow, that was good.
A good little pop there.
So this year, as you know, we're going to try to have special guests periodically. Those will range from retailers to players and to other teammates within the MLC. And we just hope that this can give players, retailers, everybody better insight into how the lotteries run, best practices, and just other helpful information.
Sure.
And today we have David the Lottery Guy, David Haggard. He owns several stores, 2 in Meridian and 1 in Tumsuba. So
Correct.
welcome, David. Woo!
Good morning. It's David the Lottery Guy here at the Mississippi Lottery Guy's office.
Well, we are so happy to have you here. Obviously, y'all can tell he has an amazing energy, so I'm so glad we can finally meet you. So tell us a little bit about you for the people that do not know who you are.
Well, I've been in this for a long, long time. I started in this industry when I was about 11 years old. And of course, the lottery wasn't around then. And, you
Not
know,
here.
so we evolved from old-fashioned stores to convenience stores. And then one day I found out the lottery was coming, and the rest is history. And so we've done it now from day one, and it's been quite exciting. Been a good run.
That's awesome. So you're very energetic, and we love that. And I don't think I would ever be able to match your energy. Where does all this excitement come from?
Well, I'm not a Mississippi boy from the beginning. I actually grew up in Los Angeles, California, and I was a Dodger fan and a Laker fan and a Ram fan, and
Wow.
we did the radio voices of Chick Hearn and Dick Unberg and all those guys, and that's what I did. And so one day, one of my people said, "Hey, let's do a little video," and at the end of it, I said, "And I'm David. And I'm the lottery guy," and the rest took hold, and so that's what we did. And you know, making a living is where I get my energy from. So it's all about that. Yeah.
Let me try.
Okay.
I'm Meg, the lottery girl.
That was perfect.
It doesn't really
Good,
come
you
out,
did
but
good.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Practice.
yeah.
Okay, so you've basically been in the industry your entire life. You've been a retailer since day one. I'm kind of going off script here, but as one of our first retailers, what have you done to evolve with your strategy and selling as the lottery has changed? Because we introduce new scratch-offs all the time. We've got new games, like draw-style games. We have promotions. It's probably a lot to keep up with, but you do it.
Well, we do a lot of different things. You know, I just was mentioning to Meg earlier, we just put a new banner out today. We had a $517,000 winner, and so we've got that on a big banner at the front, and we want everybody to see that. And there's one answer to your question. I give away dollar scratch-offs with a little card telling people how to see me on Facebook. Different things like that. I'm on a local radio station about once a month. We advertise throughout the month, but I'm on there live once a month with David the Lottery Guy, and I throw the voices at him and the whole thing. And we have a bunch of fun, and that's what we're doing. And I think that's what we're doing that a lot of people are not doing.
Mm-hmm. So you really embrace the have fun, y'all.
It's a have fun, y'all. That's right. We're trying to have fun. Of course, we're trying to make a living too.
Well, and you were right there too. You probably get traffic from Mississippi, Alabama, people just passing through on that major thoroughfare.
Yes. You know, I've got 2 locations on I-20. You couldn't be more blessed than that. But our store at North Hills is awfully nice too, in a nice area. So, you know, I-20 coming from Alabama, and you know, who knows, they might get it one day. But for right now, we're going to ride that ride. So
Yeah, well, good.
trying to have a little fun with it.
So that $517,000 Match 5 winner, is that the largest winning ticket you've sold?
It is. We've had a $200,000. We've had several 100,000s. We've had 40s and 25s and 15s and you name it. And matter of fact, I tell a lot of people this. The first winner we had, the first big winner we had, the folks won $50,000, but they paid the extra dollar, and the 4 times multiplier popped
wow.
up at
Wow.
$200,000.
That's awesome.
And so pretty exciting. And then everybody wants to know, well, you know, it's got to be $1 million before you get a store bonus, but we were excited for the advertising and for the reputation of that big ticket.
Yes.
Yeah, because when players see stores who are advertising their big wins, I mean, that probably brings extra business, right?
Absolutely. I mean, where else would you want to play? Hey, you know, I tell people, hey, it's David the Lottery Guy. Come by and play where our store is at. Hampton and Shell, North Hills, Texaco, and the Tumsuba, Texaco, and I end every one of them. Come by and play with us today. day. And that's how we do it. So we have a little fun with all that, and it's about having fun. And I think advertising's about being able to embarrass yourself a little bit. And so I've done a couple of things with the lottery, in front of the lottery office people. And they had a good time with that. I went running in the room screaming and throwing cards at everybody, and we had a blast. And then they said, well, we want you to do that again at the Beau Rivage in front of the chairman of the board. And I said, And so I went down there, and I was fixing to run in that room throwing stuff, and one of the VPs leaned in and said, that's more of a subdued crowd there. So I didn't throw anything at the chairman of the board, but we had a great time, and I appreciated him having me.
Awesome. Good. What else, Mary Clark? There's so much.
I did some research on you, and I saw how you went around to other lotteries in different states before Mississippi even started.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
So we went to that little store in Delhi, Louisiana, just over the border from Vicksburg. One building there, no houses, no industry, but one of the biggest lottery sellers in the state, obviously, because people were coming over from Mississippi at that time. And they had 4 registers for lottery only. And so we got a lot of ideas there. And then my wife and I were on a trip, and we were down in Florida, and we did the same. So that's where a lot of our ideas came from. We just got out and looked at some stores and made some things happen. Yeah.
So how many registers do you have? I mean, I know you have 3 stores, so it varies.
Right.
But
well, what we do is a little different, and one of the things I learned in Delhi is I immediately bought the things like you might see at the movie theater that separate the lines. And so what we were saying to people was, hey, if you want to play the lottery, come over here. If you want to get a Mountain Dew, come over here, and we'll get you out of here in a hurry, and we won't tie you up in the lottery line. That's been our success. And I know you're going to ask me this. We also are successful because we take credit cards, we take debit cards, and of course we take cash. And that's a little additional cost on us, but we're hoping to make it up with volume.
Yeah, yeah, we do have a lot of players who run into issues where certain retailers may only take cash, or they only take card. And in the lottery law itself, retailers have the option of accepting all 3 of
Correct.
those, and so that's on them. So I think it's a nice touch if you're going to take anything. I mean, people are there to spend, so.
Sure, and the answer to that is Louisiana's cash only. So for us to be able to do it both is opens doors and obviously helps our volumes.
Yeah. And I'm gonna guess you guys always cash out up to $5.99.
We absolutely do. We absolutely do. Yeah. And we're trying to do the things for security purposes and to protect our employees. But we have that available, and we love to pay that out, by the way.
Yeah. And some stores just can't, because it might be a corporate policy, like to only keep this much cash on hand for the cashier's check, or we can only do it when this certain manager is here. So not every store may have just the flexibility that you guys
Well, I've got a little sign up just to, sign everywhere, a sign. I've got one that says that if you come in here a little bit after 7 in the morning, or if you come in here a little after 3 in the afternoon, those are our shift changes. And that might be a time where we've had to, make some money disappear. And so with that being the case, there may be a time where we just have to tell a person, hey, can you come back in an hour? And most people have been happy
amenable
to do
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's check out some comments real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Tristan, I'm going to take over the mouse.
Okay.
Oh, there's Rita. Rita's one of our biggest fans. Hi, Rita.
And I see some of my managers are on there.
Which one?
Taffy Ruff and Michelle Silliman. And then I have another manager, Annie McVeigh, and she had a surgery the other day, so she's resting at home. My sister's on there.
Oh, look at
Jeannie
you,
Sanders, so she's lovely and wonderful.
Awesome.
And so, thank y'all for watching.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Let's see.
All right.
Take another one real quick. Nope. Okay. Going back to oh gosh, I want to see us again. There we go. Sorry. Going back to how you run your store. A lot of players ask questions just because they're curious. Are employees allowed to buy tickets at stores? And it varies from place to place.
Yes.
Some people permit their employees to do it once they're off the clock. Some people let their employees do it at a different location. It's kind of like paying out. Like every group has different policies. I mean, you don't necessarily have to answer that, but it's just like something that differs from place to place.
Well, I will touch on it, and here's the thing about it is that different stores with different people changes over time. I have had to tell a store, okay, we're shut down. Y'all can't do anything right now because we weren't balancing. But on the other hand, just like you said, if I have it where a person gets off the clock, they go around the other side, then the responsibility is on that cashier, not on them. So now I'm looking at the cashier. So really that hasn't been a problem. So
I like that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
We can't play, and I mean, that makes total sense. So
Yes.
it's always interesting to talk to other retailers.
And I can't play either.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
And I didn't play before this because, Mississippi didn't have it. And, we might have bought a ticket here and there, in travels. But matter of fact, I think back in the day when we went to the Mississippi State World Series, my wife bought, I think, one ticket and it won $7 and she mailed it back to the state on a scratch off and got her $7.
Yeah, we can buy scratch-offs in other states. So sometimes I do that as market research.
Right.
I've
We'll
never
call it that,
won
yeah.
anything. I think $1's the most I've ever won.
So, yeah.
But gosh, what about, I'm going to do a quick jackpot update plug since they're so big, and then
Okay.
I'll ask you a question about that. So tonight's Mega Millions, and that is up to $1.1 billion, which makes it the 5th largest Mega Millions jackpot in the game's history.
Man, that's nice.
Tomorrow, Powerball is up to $865 million.
And that's no chump change.
And I think that brings it to be number 9 in the game's history. And then, match 5 for tonight is $122,000.
Yeah.
How do these growing jackpots impact business as a retailer?
It really does impact us. It puts lines in your stores. And so, back in December when the pots had gotten up, I was thinking, well, maybe it'll get to January because January is typically a slower month.
Yeah, people are slowing back.
But it hit before that. I said, okay. And so now it's built back up and they're both building at the same time. So it absolutely puts people in the stores. Volumes are up. It's a wonderful time.
Yeah. We, in last night's Powerball drawing, we had a $100,000 winner. They initially won $50,000, bought the multiplier, which
Nice.
was 2, increased it to $100,000, and they purchased it from a store in Starkville. So
Okay.
if you're a Starkville Powerball player, check your numbers because you won $100,000. All right, let's do a question real quick. Tiffany, if a city won in the drawing, do you call the person also, email the person, or do you send? Okay, with all of our promotions, we initially send a certified letter. And Mary Clark, are those going out today?
Yes, they will be going out today for those 10 winning cities from yesterday, the last 8th drawing of this Green for Spring promotion.
So once the letters are in the mail, we send them certified so we're able to track them. And if we see that they've been delivered with no response, if they're stuck in limbo somewhere, then I will typically reach out and make a phone call. So make sure when you enter our promotions that your address is correct and you have a working telephone number.
Yes.
I want to hear
helps.
more about
Okay.
your scratch off promotion where you hand out scratch offs, like what you buy.
Yes.
Well, what it is we came up with this idea, and what we did was we just got a little card with our store names on it, but we put the QR code on the back. And so what I do is I'll buy 10 $1 tickets. It's not a big deal. It's it's small time advertising, but and then I'll walk around, and when I see people that are regulars that are playing, what I'll do is I'll introduce myself, and a lot of times it kind of. I'll literally walk up to him and go, "Hey, it's David, the lottery guy," and so I get a pretty good reaction out of them. And so I'll give them a card, and sometimes they win and sometimes they don't. But that's another way of advertising right there that we do.
So it takes me straight to your Facebook page.
Absolutely.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then from there you provide instructions on
That's correct.
whatever's happening.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so if you are interested, get on there and follow David, the lottery guy, along with the Mississippi Lottery Corporation, and have some fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rita, our good friend Rita again. Hey Rita, any promotions out right now? So tomorrow, you might have missed it earlier, or did I say it? I don't know. I was thinking it. We're going to make an announcement about the latest NASCAR Powerball playoff promotion.
Right.
So we're
Yes.
gearing up to do that again. I'm sure you guys remember Stephanie Walker from West Point, who made it. Remember this? She made it to Phoenix.
Yes.
And walked away with $1 million.
Mercy.
I know. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I still get tears of my eyes. So
Yes.
cool. Uh-oh. All right. Oh, look, Michael. All right, Michael Moore. Can an employee of a store that sells lottery play the lottery or buy that? Okay, we just addressed that, Michael. You might want to rewind a little bit, but every store's policy is different. Some people allow it, some people don't. If you're off the clock, they might go to a different store. But yeah, rewind, and David
Check it
addresses
out.
that
Yeah, that's
in
right.
his stores.
That's right. That's right.
So, do you do anything special at your stores? I know you have those little cards, but do you do any other like promotional type things?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. And what we have done in the past, I stopped it for about a year, is we do our own version of the second chance drawing. And you say, what do you mean? Well, if a person, is in our store and doesn't happen to win on a scratch off, they can put their name and phone number up, drop it in a box, and I give away $100.
Okay.
Once a month.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, 100 Mongolian pesos right there for them. So we draw and then we start it all over again.
I have a question though.
Yes.
I have a question. I must interrupt. So, if they have a non-winning scratch off and they scratch it right there, do you encourage them to enter it into our second chance
Absolutely, and they see that
Okay.
on there also.
Okay.
And some people are not as gifted, my wife would tell you, as I am, to go online and enter all of that. But the
Yes.
people that are, they know what to do and they know what's up. And we do advertise that. But this is just another way of a little in-house thing.
Yeah.
And so I have another banner ready to go. And we had stopped it for a little bit, and so we're picking it back up actually at the 1st of April. And so we'll be giving away that $100 again.
Okay, that's so
Every
awesome.
week? Or
No, once a month.
Once a month. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. And I was doing it at 2 stores, and so I'll probably move it around now a little bit and, just have a little more fun with it.
Do you think players or customers come to that store to try to be a part of your second chance?
Absolutely. And of course, they want to see David the lottery guy.
Yes,
That's
of
what it's all
course.
about. And so, they do. They want to, there's people that see that, and you can see where a lot of people, the same names are in there a lot because some people really will pound it.
Yeah, yes.
Pretty cool.
Now, with 3 stores, do you spend time at each of the 3? Where do you spend your days? What's
Well,
the
I
day
start
for
my
David?
day at Tomb Suba generally most of the days. It's the farthest that I have to go to, so I like to go there first. And then I just make the rounds. The doctor's in, I make the rounds every day.
Okay.
Try to be in them every day. And, we make sure we're balancing, make sure everything's, good to go with the lottery, and
Smart.
make sure everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like they are.
Yeah, so.
All right, let's see. Let's just touch on Green for Spring again
Yes,
real quick.
yes.
Okay, so our final drawing was yesterday. 10 winners will each receive $500. And we are pleasantly surprised to deliver that there are 10 different cities,
Yes.
which is kind of cool.
Nice.
Mary Clark, why don't you rattle off all the cities?
Okay, so the first city was in Mendenhall. These are all in Mississippi except for the last one. I'll mention that. So it's Mendenhall, Houston, Walnut, Grenada, Petal, Richland, Columbus, Natchez,
Picayune?
Picayune, and then Wilmer, Alabama. Sorry, I
okay.
struggle sometimes.
Hey, Tomb Suba gets some folks sometimes.
I know,
so,
yeah.
Yes,
That's an
I can say
interesting
Tomb Suba because I learned
Got
from your
you.
videos.
You got it from me. That's
yes.
right.
And people come in with winning tickets from Tusuba
Yeah,
a lot, so we
yes.
see it on our winners list pretty
That's what I like
regularly.
to hear. I love to hear that.
Yes.
Do you have all the certificates?
I
displayed in your
absolutely
store?
do. Matter of fact, the only person in the world that does not like that is the guy that cleans the windows. So I have probably more of those little winner certificates, is what they call them, what y'all call them. I have probably more of those than most people have up. So, and those are like military badges on my uniform. I'm just proud of those things. And it's all about having a good reputation and people getting excited.
Yeah.
And coming back.
I mean, it's hard to not be excited when you're so excited. So.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm not in there every day when everybody comes by, but sooner or later they're going to find out about David the Lottery Guy,
Yes.
and they're going to come enjoy the excitement.
Well, do you have any tips for our players out there when they're visiting a retailer? Pretend you're a player from the retailer side. Like, what is kind of a best practice to make it work well for everybody?
I would say only buy within your means. Certainly don't buy what you can't afford, and because you're not going to win all the time. But it has been said before that you cannot win if you do not play. So if that's the case, you better get in there and get your tickets, and just don't get more than you can afford.
Yeah.
Yes.
And maybe have a good idea of what you want to purchase as you're walking in there.
Yeah, maybe that would help, or have the dollar value of what you want to spend. With and then where you don't go overboard.
Yeah.
Know what you're going to spend.
Set your budget.
Yeah,
If you're gonna
and then I tell people, hey, this is for fun. If you win, that's just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
You got to enjoy the process. I see some people sometimes they'll just rub the barcode.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
you want to do the whole ticket, enjoy the whole experience. But yeah, so it's fun. It's and by the way, during COVID, I had said before that we were kind of casino-ish, if you will, because the casinos all shut down, and so we were the entertainment, and so that was really a good way to get started in this thing, and we were quite busy, and we still are.
It still blows my mind that it happened so soon after launch. We launched November 25th, 2019, Mega Millions and Powerball January 2020, and then toward the end of March was when everything changed.
Yeah, it did. Wow. It made it tough. I had super employees, and we battled through it, and I think we did pretty well. And again, we were the entertainment for the area, so people needed something to do.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, and we always encourage that too. It's all about having fun.
Yeah.
It's another source of entertainment, and if you're not having fun, it never hurts to
Take a break.
That's right. Take a break.
That's
Scale
right.
it back. Sit out for a couple weeks, months, whatever. Just take care of yourself.
Yes.
So let me throw this in real quick. I've got a beautiful, lovely wife that supports me, owns half this company, and I have outstanding managers. Office manager, the people that behind the scenes with the videos. I named my managers earlier. My wife's name's Deborah. The person that does the videos is Tina. The managers are Taffy and Michelle and Annie. They've all been with me 20 years. And that is a big deal right there, y'all.
Yeah, that's a huge testament.
So I want to put a plug out to them and tell them how much they appreciate it.
Well, and they're all sending good vibes right now too. And
That's right.
unless they're trying to get in good with you, it seems like they legit enjoy working with you and your wife.
And again, we're having fun. And I see my sister posted on there, and I got to tell you all about this. She told me a couple of years ago, she said, I want you to come to her company's Christmas party as David the lottery guy. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, what do you mean? Come on. And so, you know what I did? I went running in the room throwing tickets at everybody and had them all fired up. And then I had tickets and the whole deal. And we had a wonderful time. And I think it was something a little different than they had ever done at that party.
Yeah.
Do you have an outfit? You need like a suit with lottery tickets screen printed on it.
You know what the outfit is? It's the readers, the hat. It's the same thing every time. That's my outfit.
I think you need a suit.
And need a suit on. David the lottery guy.
Yeah, we're going to work on it.
We're going to work on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
All right.
Seaman.
Send in suggestions now, right?
Yes.
All right. Oh, look, we have a retailer who chimed in, Mr. Amrish Patel. He says he's a retailer, and yes, they can buy, but it's all up to store policy. My employees can't buy on the clock, and if they do wish to, they have to be on the other side of the counter.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I do. So that's good to hear that others are the same way.
Practices.
I mean, we want to let our people buy some tickets at times, but if the store starts not balancing, I have to make changes sometimes, and we do that, and then they get things straightened out really nicely, and then we'll change that back.
Okay. What else? Tell us something else.
Good.
Anything you drove all the way to see us? Oh, look, we're making a record. We're at 10:22.
Wow.
So I will put this out that I have two sons that live here in the Jackson area, David Jr. and Whit Haggard. Both live over here. I've got 7 grandkids, and so we're very, very blessed. I think matter of fact, this is the 3rd time I've driven to the Jackson area in the last 4 days. So if that gives you any idea. So
goodness.
yeah, and so we stay quite busy with the Jackson, Flowood, Madison, Germantown area with family. So want to put in a plug to them and let them know that we love them and appreciate them too.
Well, we certainly appreciate you being here. It's always fun to have a special guest.
Yeah.
And until next time.
Okay.
Have fun, y'all.
All right.